So you and John, how'd you both get started hunting?
About the time I was a eighth grader or freshman in high school, the Edwards brothers came to Glasgow and built a log cabin about 2 blocks east of us, which was up a coulee in the hills at that time. Wasn't in the street or in the city at all. And they did that because they were from Haxby, which is 55 miles north of Jordan, the end of the road. Their mother had homeschooled them. She ran a country school there, but she wanted them to learn better. So Monty, the oldest brother, who was John's age, King, who was kind of in between, and Hurly, who was in my class. Hurly was actually 5 years older than I am, but he was way behind. And he and I got to be very friendly that year when he joined our class. Nice guy, tall, handsome, could have been a Hollywood cowboy. Had a drawl, sound cowboy, look cowboy, but he wasn't in Hollywood. And I don't think Hurly finished high school in Glasgow. I think he dropped out another couple of years. But when the oil boom hit in 1950, I had just come back to Glasgow to open a law business. I could make a lot more money making oil leases from farmers than I could waiting for customers to come in. So we traveled around making leases. One of the areas we had to make leases in was North Garfield County. And Hurly was back on the farm, got reacquainted. Hurly invited me to come back and hunt antelope. Antelope had never been opened in Montana for 40 years or so. They were all scarce. But Crawford and I were together at that time. We were very interested in hunting, and lo and behold, if we got the right permits, we could not only hunt deer, we could hunt antelope over at Hurly's, 20 miles across the lake from Fort Beck Dam, but 150-mile trip to get there, to drive around the lake. Crawford and I didn't have rifles, we both had shotguns. You can buy what they call a shotgun slug. Instead of BBs, it's got one piece of lead in it. And so we had some shotgun slugs. We were going to go over and be big game hunters. Got over there after work that weekend with the hunting season opening at midnight. Took us about midnight before we got down there. We were barreling down the gravel road to Hurly's. Neither one of us really knew where we were going, kind of following directions. Almost drove into the lake because the road ran right into the water. We figured out that we'd gone a little past Hurly's turnoff, backed up and went back to Hurly's turnoff again. Went on down to Hurly's, and on the way we came to a herd of antelope in the road. It was a little bit past midnight by then. Crawford says, let's shoot them. Let's wait till daytime. We may never see them again, let's shoot them. So we jump out on each side of the car. Crawford's got his gun on the driver's side. I'm on the other side, with the headlights shining on the herd of antelope, standing in the road. Crawford takes a shot at him, and of course doesn't hit anything with the shotgun. The antelope start to run toward the headlights. They're passing the car on the driver's side, and pretty good sized herd. And Crawford fires his gun another 3-4 times. He's out of shells. Hasn't hit anything yet. So he grabs his gun by the barrel and starts to hit the antelope over the head with the stock. He did knock one antelope down there, but the antelope got up, ran away. I'm so busy laughing I didn't even shoot. That was our introduction to big game hunting. Actually, we stayed there, and the other thing I remember about that hunt is Bert Boughton, who was another rancher, came down to help us hunt the next day. We came to another herd of antelope. They're running. The antelope tend to run in single file. Bert shot 5 or 6 of them, one after another, while we're standing there with our mouths open, wondering what we're going to do with them. We only have permits for one each, and we haven't seen anybody else who can hit 5 or 6 on the run and hit each one of them. But Bert did with no trouble at all. And he assured us later that they would eat him up somehow or other, so no concern about the tags and what happened.
He was sheriff, wasn't he?
Pardon?
Wasn't he a sheriff?
Might have been a deputy
Fountain,
sheriff.
deputy sheriff or something. Yeah.
And told John about the hunting. He was very interested. So the next year he arranged to come with us. After that we hunted every year for years. Hurly had a log cabin. Hurly and Billy were very accommodating. Hurly had a regular old-time Army Jeep. He would drive us around, one of us in the seat with him, a couple of us in the back of the Jeep. And Hurly would lead us to deer and antelope. He had a wonderful eye for finding wildlife and getting us up within shooting range.